Happy second birthday to Stash Hub. I'm Yvette and I'm one half of the team behind sewing organizer app Stash Hub. So this micro business is run by myself and my husband Doug. So Doug does all the coding on the app and I do all the other fun stuff around promoting the app and telling the sewing community about all of the amazing benefits that Stash Hub has to offer your sewing journey. So we've got loads and loads of stuff planned throughout November to help us celebrate the second birthday of the Stash Hub Sewing Organizer app. So we launched officially 2 whole years ago and the app has grown so much during that time. Thanks to the sewing community's incredible feedback, we've been able to add so many new features and the app just keeps getting better and better. So that's one of the things that we're going to be doing during November, is releasing 4 big new updates to Stash Hub. So head on over to our Patreon if you want a sneak peek at the updates that are coming to Stash Hub. We've also got a Zoom party on the 11th of November. So I'll pop a link to that in the description below this video if you want to come and hang out with us live. We've also got a sale with 50% off Stash Hub Plus throughout the whole of November. So if you haven't subscribed to Stash Hub Plus yet, now is the best time to do it. We're also going to be live streaming Doug doing his first sewing project towards the end of the month, so that's going to be really exciting. But what this video today is about is our sewing challenge that we're hosting. So the challenge is called Sew 2, Celebrate 2, and the idea is that you sew 2 meters of cotton to celebrate 2 years of Stash Hub. So it's really simple and hopefully most people should be able to join in using fabric that you've already got in your stash, because we really love celebrating your stashes here at Stash Hub, rediscovering what you've got and falling in love with your sewing collection. So I'm going to put up the details of how to join in with the challenge, but hopefully it's very straightforward. So all you need to do is sew 2 meters of any type of cotton fabric. So it can be cotton poplin, quilting cotton, even cotton jersey, denim, as long as it's got some cotton in. That is good. So the reason that we chose cotton as the theme is that the traditional gift for 2 years of marriage is cotton. So we thought, oh, that's fitting. That will be a good theme to get started with. And we thought hopefully this will be an accessible theme because cotton is the #1 fabric type recorded in Stash Hub. So we know that cotton's very popular in the sewing community. It's easy to sew, so the challenge is accessible for beginners as well. So hopefully you'll all have some cotton in your stash. And if you don't, I guess this is your cheeky excuse to go and buy some, treat yourself, why not? And then you can post your make. So you can make anything you like. It doesn't have to be a garment. It doesn't have to be one thing. So maybe you are making something, some small gifts for Christmas. You want to make some gift bags out of quilting cotton or something. That's absolutely fine. You can make multiple things and it can be anything you like. So it's really, really open to interpretation, this challenge. So I'm really excited to see what you come up with and how much use you can get out of 2 meters of fabric. So that is really exciting. And also do feel free to combine this challenge with other challenges happening in the community this month as well. So I know that there is the A Gift to November challenge hosted by Sew Like Dottie that's happening in November. So you can always combine the 2 challenges if you wanted to make a gift. I think 2 meters of cotton would be perfect for something like a pair of pajama bottoms, which works really perfectly as a gift. So get your thinking caps on and have a think about what you could make. And then when you've made your project with your 2 meters of cotton, you can share it to Instagram at any point during November. So you don't have to wait till a reveal date, just from the 1st to the 30th of November, post your make at any time. Use the hashtag Sew2Celebrate2 and don't forget to tag us at stash_hub in the image so that we will be able to see your entry and enter you into the prize draw. So speaking of the prize draw, we've got loads of amazing prizes from our sponsors. So all of our sponsors are Stash Hub partnered shops as well. So if you recognize any of these brands and you've got your eye on any products from them, do remember to check the shop section in your Stash Hub app because there are exclusive discounts to get discounts from these particular shops. So that's really good as well, and another top reason to subscribe whilst we're on half price, because the subscription easily pays for itself, especially if you shop with any of these great shops. So here is the list of prizes up for grabs in this challenge. So you could get a 1 month subscription to the So Hailey Jane Classic Box. So that is always a lovely treat to get some surprise fabric and lots of little goodies. You could also win a £50 voucher to Sew Me Sunshine. So Sew Me Sunshine always has absolutely gorgeous fabrics. They ship worldwide, and they also have a brand new exclusive fabric collection, which is absolutely gorgeous. So make sure you go and check that out so you're ready to place your order if you win the £50 voucher. You could also win 3 PDFs of your choice from Sew Over It, and this shop has so many patterns, so you'll be absolutely spoilt for choice whatever your style is. They love to have a little vintage twist on a lot of their patterns as well, so you'll be bound to find something really, really cute that you can sew up to have in your wardrobe. You could also win a £20 voucher for Bornella Fabrics. So Bornella focuses on sustainability in their fabric choices. So you'll find lots of natural fibers, but also still lots of beautiful, bright and bold colors. So there's lots of exciting things up for grabs on Bornella as well. So go and check them out. And don't forget to use your discount with all of these shops as well. Then we've also got a really exciting prize from My Handmade Wardrobe Patterns. This is an Introduction to Pattern Drafting course, which is a brand new course from My Handmade Wardrobe, and it's really exciting. The course is worth £79, and you can just take the course at your own pace and really perfect those pattern drafting skills that you've been meaning to teach yourself for so long. You can also win a £20 voucher for Fleur et Al's. So they also have really gorgeous fabric collections, quite a quirky twist on a lot of their fabrics, some quilting cottons as well. So yeah, this is a great challenge to get involved with if you're a quilter or if you're a dressmaker, because it's cotton, so obviously quilting cotton is good to go. We also have a prize from our printing partner, Fabuloso. So you could get 5 A0 pattern pages printed. So this is perfect if you prefer the tissue paper of paper patterns, but you have to buy a PDF pattern maybe because of the availability. So Fabuloso will print your pattern on that really thin, lovely tissue paper so that it's easy to pin to your fabric, and also it doesn't take up too much room when you're storing it in your stash as well. So that will be ideal for you PDF shoppers out there. And last but not least is our prize from Studio 77. So Emma at Studio 77 designs really fun bag patterns, and they have amazing instructions and tutorials as well. So whether you're an expert bag sewer or if you're brand new to the world of bag making, you'll be able to create a really amazing project with one of Emma's bag making patterns. So do go and check out all of our sponsors. Keep your eye out on what prize you would get if you win, and make sure to tag us in your entries for the Sew To Celebrate To challenge on Instagram to be in with a chance of winning a prize. It also really helps if you follow us on Instagram, because I will be contacting the winners via Instagram DM. So if you don't follow us, your prize announcement might end up in your requests and you might miss out on your prize. So it's not an essential criteria for joining in with the challenge, but I would highly recommend following stash_hub on Instagram. And also I post loads of fun content there all the time. I've got all the updates about everything that's happening for our birthday as well, including all the new updates, including when the Zoom is, everything like that. So do go and give us a follow on Instagram, because that is where a lot of the action is. So it's no secret that we love a good sewing challenge here at Stash Hub. We've actually got a whole section of the app dedicated to sewing challenges, and I prepare a monthly roundup of all the challenges happening in the sewing community each month. So obviously the roundup is going to include Sew To Celebrate To this month. So let me show you how to find the challenge in your Stash Hub, and you can also save the challenge and then link it to your projects as well. So if you've got any projects with cotton coming up, you might want to add this challenge to your project plan in Stash Hub, and that will just remind you of all the details of how to join in and what all the prizes are to help you get motivated. So I've got my Stash Hub here, and I'm put it up as a screenshot so you can see it better. So first open your Stash Hub app and then go to menu, which is in the top left. And then you've got a list of all the different sections in Stash Hub. And then in the sort of second section down, there is a section called Challenges. So it comes up with your saved challenges, and then the tab at the top is Discover. So if you go over to Discover, and that shows you all of the new challenges that will have been added to Stash Hub. So it's worth checking on this every now and then, especially right at the start of a month, because that's when the new monthly challenges come out. And at the top are the sort of yearly challenges that last all year. So you can scroll down to find the new monthly challenges, and there you go. You can see Sew to Celebrate To. So if you tap on that picture, that opens the challenge and you can see more details. So all the pictures are at the top, and then the details of how to join in. So that's really easy to refer to instead of having to come back and watch this video, for example, or try and find the post on Instagram. You can just check it all here to make sure that your project fits the criteria. And then host is at stash_hub. That's our profile on Instagram. And you can also see all the prizes as well to help you get excited. So if you tap on the little plus button at the top right, that will add this competition, this challenge, to your stash. So if you go back and then switch back to the saved tab, there we go, you'll be able to see that challenge now in your saved. So then when we go to your projects, if you go there to projects, you can find a project that uses some cotton. So let's say this one. And then there is a section for challenges, add challenge. This will show all of your saved challenges, and then you can just tap on that to add it to your challenge. So that's really exciting. We hope that the challenges section in Stash Hub helps inspire your sewing projects and get you motivated to finish them, because I know what it's like. You have all this fabric, you have all these ideas and plans, but the hard thing is getting around to actually making them. So sometimes having the challenge and a bit of a deadline can really spur you on to complete that project that you've been meaning to make for a long time. So check your sewing plans, check your fabrics in your stash, and see what you're inspired to make. So what are my options for what I could sew for this challenge? So if you have your fabric stash logged in your Stash Hub, it's really easy to see what you've got using the filters and the search. So I'm going to show you on my stash how I can use the filters to see what fabrics I've got that are suitable for this challenge. So this is my fabric stash in Stash Hub. You can see there's quite a big theme of blue colors. You can see this behind me as well. And then at the top, there's a little button that looks like a filter. So if you tap on that, there's all different criteria that you can use to filter your stash by. So if we go to type, this is all of the different types of fabric that I've got in my personal stash. So let's filter it down to all the types of cotton. So they're all selected now. So everything else like the viscose, that's not gonna show up. So if I apply that, these are all of my cotton fabrics that I've got. So these are all of my options, but you can see on the little cards, they're actually different lengths. So some of them are 2.5 meters, some of them just 1 meter. So let's add another filter. So the filters add up to get you exactly what you want. So the top filter is for length. So let's go 2 meters. I might go 1.5 to 2 meters. And then I've got actually quite a lot of options here. So I think what might be exciting is if I get them out of my stash and show them to you so you can see what I've got that is an option for this challenge, and you can let me know what you think I should make with them. So this is my stack of fabrics that I've got according to my Stash Hub filtering. So as you can see, it's all quite a blue theme, which isn't surprising for me. So I'll just take you through what I've got and you can tell me what you think about these fabrics and the ideas for them. So all of these fabrics, I've got my Fabuloso labels on, so that's really handy as well if you're browsing your fabric in person rather than using the filters on Stash Hub, if you want to feel the fabrics, if you want to see them all, and then you can just double check how much you've got. So these labels are actually half price at the moment, so I'll put a link in the description to the YouTube tutorial about how to order these. So you generate the labels using the info in your Stash Hub, and then it makes a PDF which you can send to Fabuloso and get printed. So if you remember, Fabuloso is one of our sponsors for this challenge as well, so that's really exciting to have them involved. So this fabric is from Cloth Atelier. I've got 2 meters of it and I really like it. It's just a kind of quite a lightweight cotton. And I think the reason that I have had this in my stash for a while and not sewn it yet is because I bought it at the Stitch Festival, and then I got it home and I was looking up the fabric so that I could do magic input to add it to my Stash Hub, and I found out that the fabric is called Shirley, which was the name of my late grandmother. So then I got kind of sentimental about this fabric and didn't want to ruin it. So yeah, that was one of the reasons. And then another reason is because it's got this really kind of gorgeous yellow border on the fabric, but it's only on one side of the selvage, and I would really like to be able to use this border in some way, but I haven't been able to like figure out a good way that I can use it. So my original plan for this fabric was the Lawrence top from Helen's Closet with the little flutter sleeves and the V-neck, and I think that would be a really cute thing to make with this fabric. I just don't know if there's a way that I could incorporate this yellow bit, maybe if I cut the front kind of on the bias and had this as like a V going into the neckline, but I'd have to sew, because it's only on one side, I'd have to use the wrong side of the, no, I don't think that would really work. So yeah, I don't know, I mean, maybe I just don't use this. It's difficult because the print is quite directional this way, so I can't really use it like along the bottom of a hem or something, because then everything would be sideways. So yeah, still kind of thinking about that, but I do quite like the idea of making a Lawrence top with this fabric, and I think that would be a good pattern as well to use the 2 meters of this fabric. And then if I have anything left, I will make some other small things depending on how much is left. I could maybe do some gift bags or a scrunchie or something like that. So yeah, if you do use a pattern that uses less than 2 meters, try and see what you can do with the scraps, get creative and include those in your post as well, because that would be really fun and interesting to see. So these fabrics are both 2 yards. So if you are in a country that does yards instead of meters, 2 yards is basically 2 meters. So yeah, you can go for it with the 2 yards of fabric. I'm not gonna nitpick about that. But yeah, these I kind of bought together so that I could maybe join, you know, make them together as a project. So I've been looking at patterns that use color blocking. So one of my options is the April dress from Forget Me Not Patterns. But yeah, I'm not sure about this color on me, whether it's like too pale and too gray. Because I've got really into like the cobalt blue and the really bright and really warm blues. So I'm on the fence about whether to sew up these fabrics or whether to destash them. So I've got a fabric swap event coming up in Woking this month. So yeah, let me know if you think I should sew these for myself or or just destash them. But they're really lovely seersucker fabrics. I love a textured fabric. Yeah, so I got these when I was on holiday in the US. So I got them from Joann's. So I've got my holiday memories attached to these as well. But yeah, that's also another option that I could use those fabrics, either one of them or use them both together, kind of make like a whole set out of them. We'll see. This is a really gorgeous fabric from the Bargello edit. No, it's just called the edit now. I do that every time. yeah, so that's really cool. I think I would do it with the scallops up this way. But yeah, I'm just not sure about what pattern I'd use for this, because I want to kind of keep the scallops intact as much as possible. Maybe even like cut them and do like a scalloped edge, I think could be really cool on a top or something. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Maybe I could just do the Roscoe blouse, because that is a classic. I know I can get that out of 2 meters as well. So that could be a cool option, maybe a Roscoe blouse and then scallop the edge. So yeah, I'm undecided, by the way. I have no idea what I'm gonna make for this challenge, and it's my challenge, so I've known about it before everyone else. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. So I had this actually on my Stash Hub wish list, and then I saw it at the Festival of Quilts. So this one is a bit of a cheeky one for the Sew 2 meters, because it is a wide back cotton, so it's double the width. So it's kind of technically 4 meters. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. I could make a dress. I was thinking about doing like a top like the patina, but then it is quite a big scale print. But I think that will work really well in my wardrobe. I love the bright colors. It's just so fun. So if I did a blouse, I could always give the other 2 meters to Eleanor, because I know that she's got her eye on this fabric. I could bring that to the swap, and then I'd still technically be using 2 meters because of this being a double wide. But yeah, that's a really exciting one that I've got as well. I kind of forgot about this because I don't think of it as being 2 meters because it's double wide, but it did come up in my search when I searched my stash with the filters. So that's a really fun option. And then lastly, I've got this vintage bed sheet, which I forgot about in my options as well. But of course it's cotton because it's a sheet. And on the reverse side, there's also another 2 meters of fabric. That's kind of coordinating geometric print. So I was thinking of using a vintage pattern for this and combining the 2 different prints. So if I do go for that, I might not get around to that project this month, because I find with vintage patterns, the sizing is a lot smaller. So even though I've got a size 16, it is probably not going to fit me. So I might need to do some quite serious adjustments to the pattern to do that project. But I wanted to show you this fabric anyway, because I think it's really cute. I got this from Miss Ginger's in Folkestone when I was visiting there. So yeah, I love finding like a bit of vintage fabrics. It feels quite like one of a kind as well, rather than something that like loads and loads is produced of. So yeah, all of this is my options for the challenge. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot of potential options as well. So I'm really excited to see what your options are, what your plans are, and what you're going to make. So that's going to be really exciting. Let your creative juices run wild. And yeah, it's going to be so good. I think we're going to have so many different things, because I tried to make the challenge not too limiting, so hopefully we'll see garments, bags, home decor, accessories, all kinds of stuff, hopefully. So yeah, we've tried to make the challenge really, really open to interpretation to help you get really, really inspired. So this was the first video on the vlog tour for the Sew to Celebrate To challenge. So you might have come here later on after being referred by one of your favorite YouTube creators. So if that's the case, welcome. Make sure you check out Stash Hub if you haven't heard of it already. I'm going to put in some pictures of all of the names of the vloggers that are going to be releasing videos throughout the month. So there's going to be loads and loads of inspiration to keep you going throughout the month of November and get you really, really inspired to get sewing and hopefully using up a few pieces from your stash. So let me know if you're using your catalogue of fabrics in Stash Hub to filter down what your options are and what you could use. Or let me know if you're brand new to Stash Hub as well. And don't forget to use the 50% off Stash Hub Plus. That just unlocks the full benefits of Stash Hub. So you've got unlimited fabric storage. So however much fabric, patterns, notions, all of that, however much you've got, you can add it to your Stash Hub. You can use Magic Input as many times as you like, which pulls all the info out of the online listings. and puts it into your Stash Hub where you can check up on the information easily. And of course, you can record as many projects as you make as well. So it's really exciting. We've developed the app to be a full personal sewing assistant to help keep you on top of all of your stash and your projects and everything sewing related, including the challenges. And we've got even more updates coming soon, which are really, really exciting. Doug's been working his little coding fingers off to try and make this month really, really special. So hopefully I'll see you guys over on Instagram and get your reactions to all of the new and exciting stuff that's happening at Stash Hub this month. So please do go and watch the other vlogs on the vlog tour. I'm gonna make a playlist right here on Stash Hub and you can get inspired. So that's it from me about the Sew To Celebrate To challenge. Check out the description underneath this video for all the links to things that I've mentioned. And don't forget to give this video a like to help spread the word of Stash Hub and this really exciting challenge with the rest of the sewing community. Happy sewing!